great plan was in motion. Things were happening exactly as the Slan Star Masters of the Seraphon had either predicted would or forcibly made happen by their servants, making sure certain events came to the conclusion that would best serve the great plan. This plan, though, had wronged many of the other races of the mortal realms. And one such race was a cult of murder god worshipping elves known as the Daughters of Khaine. These crazed zealot brides of the murder god sought retribution against the lizard folk who had destroyed their temples within the realm, and now, as they finally found their quarry, battle ensued in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. For our scenario today, we are playing a White Dwarf bunker mission called Escalation. This is from the August 2024 issue of White Dwarf. Now, for this scenario, we have our battlefield bisected with 3 objectives across the table, but the big thing here is we split our force up into 3 equal parts that have to have the same amount of units or as close to as possible in each one of these 3 parts, and they'll arrive over the course of the battle. The underdog, if we have one during the game, can potentially force the opponent's units to arrive later, and we also have the ability to even get some bonuses to wound rolls later in the game as well. Victory point wise, it is pretty standard with 2 points for controlling 1 objective, controlling 2, controlling more, and then 4 points for your battle tactics as well. In today's game, I'm playing with the Daughters of Khaine. I've selected the Slaughter Troop battle formation. This gives me the gladiatorial acrobats ability, which I can use once per turn for my army, and it's used when I declare a charge as a reaction, and this means I can change one of the dice in my charge roll to 4. First regiment is led by Morathi Khaine, who is my forces general. Her units inside her regiment then are the Shadow Queen, who has to join her, a unit of reinforced Doomfire Warlocks, and a unit of reinforced Witch Elves with bladed bucklers. Regiment number 2 is led by my Slaughter Queen as its hero, and she has the heroic trait Zealous Orator. Other units inside the regiment then are High Gladiatrix, Avatar of Khaine, and a reinforced unit of Witch Elves with paired Seances. Lastly, my 3rd regiment is just a Hag Queen hero by herself with the artifact of power, the Khainite Pendant. Stephen is playing with his Seraphon today, and he's using the Eternal Star Host battle formation. This allows him to roll a dice once per turn during his movement phase, and on a 3+ he can teleport one of his units around the battlefield. His first regiment is then led by his Slan Star Master, which is his general. This model has both the heroic trait and artifact of power for the army, being of the stars and incandescent retrices respectively. For units inside its regiment, it then has a Skink Star Priest, a unit of Skinks that's been reinforced, a unit of Raptidon Chargers, and Raptidon Hunters. His 2nd regiment is led by a Saurus Old Blood, and for units inside this regiment he has a reinforced unit of Saurus Guard, a unit of Saurus Warriors, and one of Agrodon Lancers. Lastly, his 3rd regiment is led by a Skink Star Priest, and for units inside the regiment he has a unit of Skinks and Croxigor Warspawned. Alright, so we are all deployed, and yes, it doesn't look like there is much on the table, but that is because the scenario forces us to split our forces up into 3 separate parts. My first part of the force was my 20 Witch Elves with paired Skianzas, the High Gladiatrix, and the Slaughter Queen. So all deployed in the center there. Meanwhile, for Stephen, he has one of his Skink Star Priests, his large unit is Skinks, his smaller unit of Skinks, and of course in the center there, the big unit of Croxigators. So with that, the Daughters of Khaine finished deploying first, so they're going to choose who has the first turn, and I'm going to give the first turn to the Seraphon. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. Alright, so first things first is battle tactic. You are going to choose Take Their Lands. The Temple of Skulls is relatively well within your reach with a unit of Skinks there and a command point. So we'll go into Magic next. Alright, so magic-wise, you're going to go for Speed of Hawanchi with your Skink Priest. It is a 6 to cast. We'll cast. And so that's going to go on the unit of Skinks here, allowing them to run and shoot and or run and charge. And then you've got your Serpent Staff ability on a 2+. You can give one of your units the crit mortal wounds in combat if you want. So yep, 2+, you get it. 3, so Croxigors have crit auto wound. With that done, that is the end of all your hero phase shenanigans, so go into movements.
Okay.
Alright, and so movements all done. You did make a run with the Skinks, hoping to get within shooting range, however you only rolled a 3, but it's enough to get you on the objective there. Your Croxigors are just moving behind as sort of a counter-charge threat for your turn, or during my turn I should say. And then of course you've spent the CP to guarantee both the objective and the terrain feature over there for your battle tactic. So there's no other shooting for the Seraphon, because you're all out of range. There's no charges to declare. So that will be the end of the turn. But you will score 1, 2 more and a battle tactic for the complete 10 for the round. Right, I'm going to start as my turn off. Turn 1 for the Daughters of Khaine with a chant from my Slaughter Queen. She gets 6 points and we are going to bank that. And so for me, that is my hero phase stuff done, bar my battle tactic, which will be actually, I'm going to go take their lands as well. I'm going to pick this terrain feature here. And so you are going to also do an off-turn cast, a counter spell. You're going to try and do Comet's Call. You need an 8 on dice to cast. There's a 6 and it's failed to cast. So we'll go into my movement phase. Alrighty, so with movement all done, I've just had the units here move up towards the center. Do you have any redeploys you wish to try and do? So Stephen is going to be a jerk and use redeploy on those Skinks, rolling 2 dice for them. That is a 6-inch redeploy. And so with that, you move your Skinks back to there. So, what am I going to choose to do? Well, we have no shooting. We are just going to have to... Do we just give up the points this round? It is a 10-point deficit, though. I guarantee underdog next turn, so I can keep a unit off the table. I'm guaranteed underdog even if I don't make it. You know what? We're going to roll for the charge and we'll decide after we see what we get. And so, charge roll for the Witch Elves. They got an 11. And you know what? Just thinking about how that charge is going to go, the fact I can't get the supporting cast in there, I think I'm going to have to cop the 10-point deficit on turn 1. Guaranteeing me underdog for next round, which is good. But yeah, that's going to be a hurt. So no points at all for the Daughters of Khaine round 1. That will be that. So we'll go into the next round. So we are going priority for round 2. I am going to be the underdog this round, so I got a 1. Oh dear. You got a 5. You're going to get to decide who gets the next turn. And so you are going to take the turn, which means you're going to get to bring on reinforcements, which would normally be your Raptidon Hunters, Raptidon Chargers, Temple Guard, and your Slan. But because I'm the underdog, I can choose one of those units to stay home, and I'm going to tell your Slan Starmaster that he didn't wake up to his alarm clock. So, battle tactic wise, you've gone for take the center this round. And then we are going to go into magic. You're going to attempt to do Comet's Call. You need a 7 to cast on turn. That is a 5 and does not cast. I'm going to spend a CP to off-turn chant. Getting 2, taking me to 8. And so, what actually happens here, I don't actually gain any points from that. Because I'm at the -1 on the off turn from that. However, because it's not an unmodified one, I don't lose any. So I keep my 6, but I don't gain any because it's not a 2+ to gain any either. So I'll just gain nothing. You've then got your Serpent Staff to do as well on a 2-up. Yep, I'm guessing it's going on those Croxigors. Yep, getting crit auto wound. And so we'll go into movement. And so movement wise, your skinks, croxigores and that all moved towards the center to gather your battle tactic. You did have your first lot of reserves come on, your Saurus Guard back there and both lots of your skink cavalry down here. Obviously your Slan not able to come on this round yet. I am going to declare a redeploy. So I get 4 inches. And so that is what I end up like. My 2 characters are exposed, but it keeps the big unit of Witch Elves alive, which have got more characters to come on. So, shooting time. Yep. Alrighty, so shooting wise, your skinks are going to go into my large unit of Witch Elves. You are going to need 4s to hit. 4s to wound as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Sorry, 7. There was one I didn't see right on the edge here. So I have a 6-up save to begin with. I saved none. And then I also have ward 6+ as well. So 6s again. Save 2, so 5 go down. You've got your other skinks over there to shoot as well. Your unit of skinks here is going to target the high gladiatrix who is out in the open. I've got no protection for her at all. So 4s to hit. And then 4s to wound the high gladiatrix. Not doing great on these skinks shooting so far. And this is where he rolls nothing but 6s to spite me. So we 5, 6. And so they literally got the same as the big blob with not even their whole unit shooting. I want to point that out. But 5s to save on the high gladiatrix. That one's cocked. She saves nothing. Oh dear. 6s on her ward. She saves 2 and has 1 wound remaining. And so that will be it for your shooting. Do you have any charges to declare?
Yeah.
So the croxigores are going to charge. Let's see what they get. That is a double 1. That is nothing. Spending a CP to reroll. That wouldn't get you even into the characters there. 5. And wow, that won't even see the croxigores make it into the gladiatrix. Any other charges to declare? Skinks are also going to declare a charge. And no, actually remembering your battle tactic, you're not going to declare any charges. However, I will spend a CP to do a counter charge with the Witcher. Oh, no, I can't. I ran with them, so no. Ignore that. We're not going to do a counter charge. Silly me. We will just give you a battle tactic and your full 10 points again. Wow, it is 20 to nothing. Daughters of Khaine got a lot of work to do. For my battle tactic then, Daughters of Khaine, I am going to go for Seize the Center. We are then going to go with prayers. I'm going to try chanting with my Slaughter Queen. Gets a 3, so that will take me to a 9. And so with that, I unfortunately didn't get the 10 I wanted to, but I'm just going to have to spend the 9 for the Blood Rites Prayer of Sacrament of Blood. Give me a turn higher on my Blood Rites table for a unit, which will obviously be the Witch Elves. You're then going to go a counter spell for 8 CP. You're going to attempt to cast Comet's Call on an 8. Get it. And so, Comet's Call on the Witch Elves, you're going to get to roll a dice for every model in the unit. For each 5 up, it's a point of mortal damage. So, go. 5s are what we need. And so, you made 6. This means I have 6 up wards to make. Oh, I passed 2, so it'll be 4 go down. Alrighty, so with that, I'm going to go into my movement phase. And so, movement-wise, I've had my Avatar of Khaine come on from reserve. The Witch Elves and the characters in the center move up. And then we've had the other Witch Elves with the Hag Queen come on there. You are going to declare a redeploy on what unit? Steve is going to elect a redeploy on the Croxigores. Now, only 1 dice with them. 3 inch. So, Croxigores like so. And then we're going to go into shooting, because I actually do have some of it. Right, so start of shooting. The Avatar of Khaine is going to shoot your dudes over here. We have 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. That will be 5 hits. The Avatar is much better at shooting than your skinks. Wounding on 3s. 3. And then these are -1, so these will be a 6-up save on your Raptidon Hunters. 3 fails, that'll be 1 dead. And so, after that, do you have any counter shooting you wish to do? You're going to then spend a CP for a covering fire. So one of your units has to select the closest enemy unit, so it'll be the Skinks, and the closest are the Witch Elves. So, covering fire with your Skinks, this means you need 5s now to hit my Witch Elves. And so, can they hit better than Stormtroopers? Let's see, 5s to hit. And then we are going to go with 4s to wound. And so we will then have 6s to save on these 9. I saved 2 so far. And then 6-up wards. No, that'll be 7 more down. Ugh. Well, not many Witch Elves left there. So we are going to go into charges then. Those Witch Elves are going to charge though. 3, that'll get them in just. The High Gladiatrix will charge as well. She's in. And then the Slaughter Queen will charge. Double 1s. I'm going to have to spend a CP to re-roll her. That's better. And so the Avatar of Khaine is going to try a charge into the Raptidons. Need 9. Get 7. No re-rolls for me over there. Oh, that's actually an 8, by the way. But still fail, because I've got +1 to charge currently. The Witch Elves over there will charge into Skinks. They need a 8 on dice. 5, they will not make it in either. So we're just going to be here. We're then going to go, the High Gladiatrix is going to use her Paragon of Slaughter ability. So I need a 2+ for that at the beginning of the combat phase. I get it, so they're going to get a bonus point of Ren, which means they're now Ren 2 on the charge. And then the Hag Queen is going to do her Orgy of Slaughter. Gets that off as well, giving them +1 attack. And so, they're 4 attacks each now. They're +1 to hit. And so, we are 2s to hit now. With crit auto wounds, so those will auto wound. And then... Oh, and then we are 4s to wound. So we'll be another 3. And these are just killed straight out. So there's 9 dead Skinks. Alright, so you've got 11 models here. That means they've got 1 attack each. You've got a champion in there. So essentially you're going to split the attack so it's an even amount between the 2 characters. So first of all, do you want to do the 6 into the High Gladiatrix first and see where we take her out?
Yep.
Well, first of all, you need 4s to hit. You're going to all-out attack because it's the only thing you can really do. So 3s to hit.
Yep.
Hey, at least I know how to fight.
All of them.
And then 5s to wound, however. It's a big killer. Oh! Yeah, almost better at fighting than they are at shooting. So the High Gladiatrix has a 5+ save. Saves 2. She now must pass a 6 up here or she's dead. No. And then into the Slaughter Queen. We'll need 3s to hit, so 2 misses. And then 5s to wound. 1. This will be a 5 up and a 6 up. No. Alright, my Slaughter Queen is next. She's going to go all out attack on herself. So she hits on 2s. And we'll wound on 4s. 3 at -1, which will remove your armor. Okay. So that is 6 dead, because she's 2 damage a pop. So, end of the round. I do not get my battle tactic because they're in combat, and you do not get seize the center if you're in combat. I needed to wipe you. So I will fail my battle tactic again, which means I just get a measly 2 points for controlling a single objective. It's currently 20-2 at the bottom of 2. It is looking rough for the Daughters of Khaine.
Today's video is sponsored by the Warhammer merch shop. Want to grab some merch for your favourite Warhammer army? You can use our affiliate link down below to grab your next purchase and help support the channel at the same time.
And so,
we are going priority for turn 3. I got a 4. You got a 3. I'm going to take it because even though I am taking a double, I can still pick a battle tactic now because I'm still going to be the underdog. So this round, because I am still going to be the underdog, just for note for later in your turn, I'm going to choose your Agrodons to come on a turn later. Because it's turn 3, so they'll be coming on turn 4 now. I could make your Slan stay off for another round, but I think the Agrodons, seeing what they've done to me before, we're going to make them. I don't need another damage dealer on the table. And so we are going to go into Daughters of Khaine turn 3, my hero phase. We will begin by chanting. We'll pick my Slaughter Queen there to chant. She gets 2. So we'll then go with the Hag Queen over in the far corner. She's going to chant as well and gets a 2 as well. And so with that, we're going to go into movement. Though after my hero phase, before I go into movement, you are going to counterspell with your Skink Priest there. So you need an 8. You go on Comet's Call again.
Yep.
That is a miscast, so that'll be D3 mortal damage on your Skink.
And I can't turn around and spin.
So
3 wounds.
3 wounds on him. Alrighty, so we have done all that movement, and we've also brought on Morathi, the Shadow Queen, and the Doomfire Warlocks, our last units. Battle tactic wise, we're going to go slay the Entourage because those skinks should freaking die this turn. So let's go with some shooting after all this movement, unless you've got a redeploy to do anyway. Alright, you're going to do a redeploy on the Raptidons here, so D6 inches for them. 2. So not very much of a redeploy there for the Raptidons. Shooting, we are going to shoot the Raptidons again with the Avatar. So 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Just 2 hits. And 3s. Nothing. Morathi will go into the same unit Raptidons, or the Shadow Queen will. Hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s with the gaze of the Shadow Queen. She wounds. Ren 3 goes right through that, so it's D6 damage. For 6, that just kills 2 Raptidons from that unit.
This unit?
Yep. Right, so not got an awful lot of the Doomfire Warlocks in range. 2 of them can go into your Skink Priest, 1 can go into your Skinks, 1 can go into these Skinks. We will have the 2 shooting your dude first. And they hit on 3, so 3 hits. And then wound on 4s. Just 1. No Rens on this, so 6 up save on your Skink Priest. Nope. The 1 Warlock into your Skinks here. 1 hit. No wounds. And then the other Warlock, 1 hit. No wounds. And so that is that. Do you have a covering fire you wish to do? And so with that, we're going to go with some charges. So we'll start with the Avatar over here. Let's see what he gets. There's a 3. That is not going to be enough. I'm going to spend a CP to get the Avatar in. There we go. That's a 10. Due to your redeploy and stuff, the Shadow Queen now needs a 10 to get in. So 8. 9. That won't be enough. The Doomfire Warlocks will charge. They need an 8 on dice to make their charge. 5, 6, 7. That'll be 8 in total. That won't be enough. And then the Witch Elves there can't fail because they're 4 inch away. They get an 11-inch charge. Alrighty, so combat-wise, I have to pick my Hag to see if she can do her Orgy of Slaughter. She does, so they've got the +1 attack. However, they won't have any Ren this round. So we will go with those 4 Witch Elves though to begin with. So we're going to attack your Skinks in the center. We are hitting on 2s and then 4s. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And so 6 up armors on your Skinks. You save 1, that is 10, that is the unit wiped. Finally. Alrighty, so your Skinks into the Witch Elves. Needing 4s to hit. Not bad, your Skinks are better in combat than they are at range apparently. And then 5s to wound, however. Let's see whether you can actually wound me. 3. Hey, that's good for skinks. 5-up saves from my bladed bucklers. That is 1 dead back from that, from a bladed buckler. And then thanks to my Hag Queen, she gives me a 5-up ward, which I fail. So totally forgot, the Avatar will do mortal damage on the charge from them. So on a 2-up, he does D3 mortal wounds. So he does 2 mortals to one of them. And then we're swinging my sword for the first time this phase, as he's using my Orgy of Slaughter, my once per game ability, to double attack with someone. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. All hits. Wounding on 3s. That is 4 at -2, so they go straight through your armor, and they are 3 damage a pop. Those Raptidons are dead. My mistake. Has to be an infantry unit, so we didn't do the pile-in shenanigans and all of that sort of stuff. Has to be an infantry unit. So you've got no one left to attack with then. And then we're going to go the Witch Elves over there. Alright, so then we're going to have 2s to hit. And then we are going to be 4s to wound. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, that's cocked. 18 plus 5, 23. And so 6-up saves. 23 minus whatever you get here. So, end of the turn for the Daughters of Khaine. I'm actually going to get a full 10 points. Look at me go. Slay the Entourage and I control 1, 2 more objectives. Alright, so Seraphon battle tactic, pretty simple. You're going to go slay the Entourage, which is those Witch Elves in the centre. Fairly simplistic battle tactic. Magic-wise, you've got 1 wizard on the field so far. So you're going to go with him.
Yep.
Comet, I'm guessing going on the same unit, Witch Elves, so you do need an 8 to cast off turn. Sorry, it's your turn. I don't know why I'm saying off turn. 7 to cast. Hey, there we go. So 19 dice. So every 5-up is a mortal damage on these 19 dice. Thankfully, thanks to my Hag Queen, a 5-up ward. Saves 2, so 6 go down. And with that, I'm going to off-turn Charm. We'll do it with my Hag Queen at the back, or no, we'll do it with my Slaughter Queen in the centre there. Oh no, I can't get to what I want. We'll do it with the Hag Queen at the back. Oh, actually, do I want to off-turn cast actually? No, we will go for the Chant over on the Hag Queen. So another 6, 1. She actually loses. D3, 1. So let's go into movement. And so, movement-wise, you've had your Raptidons move across. Cropsicles have moved in as well. You then have had most of your reserves now come on the table. Your Saurus Warriors, of which you've missed 2 of them back there. A couple of stragglers. Your Slans now on the top of the temple. Skink Priest has come over here. Your Algrodons are still in reserve and will have to come on next round due to my underdog bonus. So, you are going to go with shooting next. Oh wait, no you're not. I was thinking them, but they're the wrong Raptidons and you don't have any skinks, so no shooting. We're going to go, does that mean... I'm going to do a redeploy here with the Shadow Queen. So she's going to get D6 movement of 6. So Shadow Queen moves like so. So now we're going into your charge phase because no shooting. Going to start with the Raptidons into the Witch Elves. 1 dice? 2 dice. Go for it. 5. Now your Cropsicles are going to charge, so we'll see what they get and where they end up. 4. They are going to reroll, so only a double 1 on the reroll screws you. And that is 7. I am going to go a charge with the Doomfire Warlocks now. I need an 8 on dice to get +1 to charge. That is an 8. That'll get in. So I do make the counter charge in there with the Doomfire Warlocks, so... Who are you going to fight with first? The Hag Queen, Slaughter Queen, sorry, might as well try her ability. Goes off. The 4 Witch Elves have +1 attack if they survive. I wish it could work on cavalry, that'd be wicked. So you're going to have 3 regular models going into the Witch Elves and 2, including your champion, into the Slaughter Queen. So these are the 3 regulars. With all out attack, they need 3s to hit. And then they will need 4s to wound. Just 2. -1 though, does go straight through my armor, so they are 2 damage a pop on the charge. So these are 6 up wards. They pass 1. So you're relying on your mounts to now do the work. They hit on 4s. Wounding on 3s. That is 3. I need 3 6-ups to start your battle tactic. I get 1, but not enough. And so then the 2 into the Slaughter Queen there. 7 attacks from your riders hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. So 2 6-up saves. She passed 1, it becomes 2 damage then. So 6 up wards, she passed 1 again. Yep, and so 6 attacks from your mounts, 4s to hit. And 3s to wound. 2. And so 6s, saves 1 again. And 6s, no, takes another. And so my Witch Elves going into your Croxigors. You are using all out defense, so I need 2s to hit though. 6 is an auto wound. And 4s to wound. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus 6, 20. And so 20 saves on that 3-up thanks to all-out defense. And so the Witch Elves take down a Croxigor, which means the Croxigor are going to punch back. So Croxigors pile in. You're within range of a skink infantry model. So first of all, you have 4 attacks coming out of your Starfang Warpick. These are going to hit on 3s. 1 miss. And then wound on 2s. Oh! However, rend 1 will mean I have a 6-up armor. Fail it. It's 4 damage. 5 up wards. 3 dice so far. And then you've got 4 attacks coming out of your Drakefang Warpick. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 2s. 6 up armor. I'll actually do mortal damage back to you. And so the Doomfire Warlocks attacking your Raptidons. 21 attacks, hitting on 2s. And wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh, not the greatest. And so 3 from the Riders at -1, putting you on a 6-up save.
That's 6 dice?
Yep. And
1.
So that's 5 damage, which will kill 1. And then we go to the mounts. They hit on 5s. I mean, they hit pretty well though. Wounding on 3s though from the horses. So it'll be 5, 6 again. So 6 saves, but this time at your full 5+ save. You pass 3, but that's another 3, so that's another Raptidon down. And then lastly for the round, the Slaughter Queen can attack. She hits on 2s now. And wounding on 4s. That will be 3 at -1, so 3 6-up saves. None of them, and that's 6 damage. Will wipe out the unit. No, will not. We'll leave you with 1 dude on a wound. And so, end of the round. You will score your battle tactic because you did slay the entourage. However, you won't score any objectives this turn, so you'll just score 4 points. So we are going to go priority for turn 4. It's currently 12 to 24 in favour of the Seraphon. So I got a 3. Steven got a 4. He's going to get to choose.
Well, if I go...
Alrighty, so Steven is going to take the double. This means I'm the underdog, which I was anyway due to being so low. So that's not going to change anything. However, underdog does mean I'm going to get a different bonus now. I won't stop a unit coming on the table anymore. But one thing of note, Steven won't get a battle tactic from taking the double. And unfortunately, the underdog benefit's literally not going to matter because it's round 4. I'm going to get +1 a wound anyway. So that is what the underdog benefit is. So no point in even picking it. But we'll go into your hero phase, magic.
Okay.
So first of all, in your hero phase, your Realm Shaper engine is going to activate the Temple of Skulls. On a 2+, you'll deal some mortal damage to the Witch Elves there. So 2 mortals, so they will have 5 ups against it. So 1. Alright, so first things first, your skinks are going to attempt to cast their Mystical Unforging. So we'll go with this one first, attempting on the Avatar. Fails to cast. Your other skink is then going to do it on the Doomfire Warlocks. 6, that'll cast. The Doomfire Warlocks have -1 rend on their attacks. Now your Slan. But the Slan will try Mystical Unforging, but he's going to do the cool thing of casting through a skink. So we're going to try on the Avatar again. Yeah, +1 to cast on this though. So it casts, so now he's -1 rend. You've then got Speed of Hawanchi. Your Slan's going to try and cast. You need a 5 on dice, and that's going on the Saurus Guard.
Yep.
So 5 on dice. No, that'll fail. And then you've got Comet's Call. You need a 6 on dice to cast from your Slan.
Yep. And it's going into them.
Going into the Doomfire Warlocks. 5, 6. That will not cast. Wow. So you've got the negative rends off. I'm going to attempt a counter spell. The Doomfire Warlocks are going to attempt to cast Doomfire with a counter spell. That will fail. And so we'll go into movement. And so, turn 4, can you finally pass the Eternal Star Host ability for your army? No, you fail once more. So, we're on to the rest of your movement. Alright, so movement is all done. You've also finally brought on the Agrodons up the top there. So, charges. Going to start with the Saurus.
Yep.
See what they can get. 11. So Saurus getting like so. Now your Saurus Old Blood is going to need to make a big charge. And it's not a big charge of 5. Do you wish to re-roll him? So you're not electing to use your re-roll there. Your Agrodons now need a 9 bomb to get into the Hag at the back of the table. So let's see what they can get. A 10. Of course they get in, but you weren't to know that. I'm going to have a look at things. The Shadow Queen has a 9-inch charge. I'm 100% going to try this. I need 9 on dice to make that 10-inch charge. No. Fails. And so your Saurus Warrior is going to kick us off first of all. So
2 attacks.
2 attacks per model, hitting on 3s. Alright, so Saurus Warrior is hitting the Doomfire Warlock, so needing 3s to hit. 3s to wound. So 7, these will be 6 up saves on the Doomfire Warlocks. Save 1, and then 6 up wards. Saved another 4.
What are the
So Witch Elves will go into the Croxigors then. We are hitting on 2s. With 6s being crit auto wound.
all that defense.
And then wounding on 3s. It's turn 4 now. So it will be 5, 11. These are all no rends, so you've got a 3-up save thanks to all-out defense. Yep, 3-up save. It will be 1, 4. And so the Agrodon lands us into the Hag Queen. Hitting on 3s. And then 3s to wound. And 3 at -1, so these will be 6-up saves. Pass none of them, so that turns into 6 damage. 6-up wards, I need to pass 2 of these. Pass none, she's gone. The Slaughter Queen will actually attack your last Raptidon there, so 2s to hit. And 3s to wound. That will be 2 at -1, so 2 5-up saves. You must pass them both. No, takes 2 damage and goes down. And so your Croxigors are up next. So 4 attacks for the Starfang War Pit to begin with, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 2s. 2 at Ren 1, so these will be 6 up saves. Pass neither, so that'll be 6 damage. We've got the 5 up ward on them from the hag. 2 die. And then 4 attacks from the Drake Fang Warpick. Hitting on 4s though this time. And wounding on 2s. Just 1. 6 up save. Saved, and there'll be a mortal damage. Actually kill the Croxigore back with that save. And so the Doomfire Warlocks are going to attack your Saurus. Hitting on 2s. And wounding on 3s. So 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And so you are needing... I've got no Ren thanks to your spell. So these will be on your base 3 up save, I believe, for Saurus, isn't it? So 4 up. So 1, 2 and a half dead Saurus so far. And the mounts hitting on 5s. Wounding on 3s. So it'll be another 5. 4 up saves. We'll kill another 1. We'll take the half and another, so that will be 4 dead Saurus. Yep, you're going to attempt to dispel with your
Skin. Okay.
So you now need to equal the 5. I now need to get 6 on dice. Dispel. I'm then going to attempt Doomfire with the Doomfire Warlocks. That'll go off on an 8. So you need a 9 on dice. Get it again. That'll be it for magic. You're going to try and counterspell.
Counterspell.
So the Slayer's going to attempt to counterspell. Comet's cool. You need the base value because you get +1 to cast. That is not it. And so we'll go into movement. I've chosen to retreat the Witch Elves there, so they're going to take D3 mortal damage for 3. These will be 6 up wards against that. I pass 1, so I take 2. And so movement like so. Actually, we'll maybe move her just there. She can now see your character there, and she's going to do the Gaze of Marathi in my shooting phase. Hits. Wounds. So a 6 up save on the Saurus Old Blood. Fails, he's going to take D6 damage for 3. The Avatar will shoot its Boiling Blood at Skink Priest, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. For 1, it'll just be 1 damage. And the Warlocks can't shoot because they're in combat. So we'll go with charges. We'll start with the Shadow Queen. Actually, we'll start with the Avatar. 9. Shadow Queen will make the next charge with 9. And Marathi Khaine will make a charge as well. 7, 8 in total. And so you're doing a counter charge with the remaining Croxigore Warspawned. With an 8. And so, beginning of combat, the Hag Queen is going to actually select Marathi Khaine to give the +1 attack to, because she is a Daughters of Khaine infantry. And so, let's see whether we can give Marathi Khaine +1 attack. We cannot. However, she will be the one I pick for the all-out slaughter abilities. So, we're going to go with Marathi Khaine first. And so, Marathi Khaine into your Croxigore. She will hit on 2s. Oh, I missed 3 times. Marathi, what are you doing to me? And wounding on 3s. Just once, Ren 2. So it will be a 6 up save. No, takes 2 damage. Yep, so the Croxigore is then going to attack the Doomfire Warlocks, so needing 3s to hit. And 2s to wound. -1, so these are 6s. Pass neither.
And it was a charge.
There was a charge, so there will be 8 damage in total. 6 damage in total. Was right, it is 8 damage. So 6s on my wards. I pass 1, so it'll be 1. And so the Shadow Queen is going to go. And so the Shadow Queen makes a pile in like so. She has 8 attacks. First of all, Heart Render is a hitting on 2 with crit mortal. So 1 miss, all hit, no mortals unfortunately. And 2s to wound. That is 6 at -2. You've used all our defense, so you would be on a 3, so this is now a 5-up save on them.
6.
6 5-up saves. You pass 3, that is still...
I know.
sorry, pass 4, so that's 6 damage, so that's 3 dead at Saurus. We then have 2d6 attacks from our Crown of Serpents for 5. These will hit on 3s. And wound on 3s. Nothing. And then the Envenom Tail hitting on a 2. Wounding on a 2. Wounds -2, so a 5-up save. 6 damage again. That is another 3 dead, and that's then wiped. Alright, the Skink Star Priest is going to go into the Avatar, so 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Hey, there's 2. And wounding on 4s. Yeah, that's what I expect when it hits the monster. We'll attack back then with 5 attacks, the Avatar. Hitting on 2s. Oh. All hit. Wounding on 2s. Yeah, he dead. He takes 12 damage. You do have your other Skink Priest into Marathi, Khaine. 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. No. And so we are going to go. We have 7 attacks. Needing 2s. Wounding on 3s. Failed wound with a few. So that will be 5, 10, 11. And so 11 attacks. These are 4-up saves. I've got no range. There's 1, 2. How many you fail?
5.
5. That'll get him. And then Marathi Khaine is going to attack your remaining Skink Priest. Hitting on 2s. And wounding on 2s. She kills the Skink Priest. So I am going to get my battle tactic because I didn't lose any units. And I had 2 of my units fight and didn't lose any units. And I control 1, 2, which means more. So I will get full 10 points for the round for the first time in the game. And so, priority for round 5. I've got a 2 with the Daughters of Khaine. Stephen, meanwhile, is going to get the choice of turn. Alright, so your first spell is going to be trying to lower the rend of the Shadow Queen, so go for it. Goes off on a 10. Marathi's going to try and dispel. I need 11 on dice. I do not get it. So the Shadow Queen is -1 rend, and you're going to try and Comet Call my Warlocks.
Yep.
So go for it. Get it. I need
10.
Nope, don't dispel with Marathi. And so 7 guys. That'll be 5 dice. 5s are what's needed. Oh, 5. Be 6-up wards. Nope. I'll take. And then you're going to try and give run and charge to the Temple Guard. No. And so with that, we'll go into movements. That unit of Witch Elves is going to do a redeploy. 5. They end up there. So no shooting for you. We'll go into charges. Your Saurus Guard are going to charge with a 7. The Agrodons be charging as well. So they're in. Alrighty, so your Agrodons are going to attack the Doomfire Warlocks. I am going to go with all-out defense on my Doomfire Warlocks. Agrodons are choosing all-out attacks, so the Riders hit on 2s now. And wound on 3s. That is 4. -1, so these will be 5-up saves. I pass 1. And they are 2 damage a pop. So be 6 damage. 6-up wards. None, so that'll be 2 dead warlocks. And so 12 attacks from the riders, from the mount, sorry. They hit on 4s. And then 3s to wound. And 5 6-up saves. I pass 1. And then they double in damage, so we go to 8 for 6-up wards. None, so 1, 2, and 1's left on a wound. 1's already got a wound, so that is the unit wiped. And so the Shadow Queen will then attack the Saurus Guard. So we have 8 attacks coming out of Heartrender. So Shadow Queen, we are 9 attacks now because of the 5th round. 2s to hit. Everything is hitting. Hit because I re-rolled the cock dice. And then 2s to wound. That is 4, 8 at -2, which turns into -1. So these would be 8 3+ saves to make. So 8 3+ saves. 4 fails. It's 12 damage. That is 6 dead Saurus Guard. And then the Crown of Serpents, 2d6 attacks for the big 12. And so these will hit on 3s. She missed once with all those. Wow, the 5 and 6s there. And then 3s again. So that will be 8 at no rend. So 8 2+ saves now. Yep, 8 2+ saves. Only damage 1 apiece. That'll be a wound on 1 Saurus Guard. And then a 2 to hit. And a 2 to wound. A 3+ save on the Envenom Tail. No, so that'll be 6 more damage. So take another 3 out. Leave your champion on a wound. 4 attacks from your champion, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s. 3, -1, so 6-up saves. 6-up wards. Passes 2, fails 1, she's alive. She will attack that last remaining Saurus Guard back. 2s to hit. And 3s to wound. Oh, she actually has an extra attack. So 2, missed. 2 at -1. So 3-up saves. Pass them both. And so 5 attacks from Khaine into the Agrodons, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 2s. 3 at -2. And so 3 saves, -2. Fail 1. Fail 2, sorry. So 4 damage, that won't kill 1. And so that takes you to 32, which is 10 points above. So I'm now going to look and see if there's any battle tactics I can do. And so in my turn, I have one plan to do. We've just gone through my movement and all of that as well. I've moved Khaine, the avatar. I spent a CP to run 6 down onto the objective. Khaine's now going to attempt to shoot, unless you want to do a redeploy with him.
Yep.
And so just had a little whoopsie with the camera there, but Khaine has shot off the Saurus Old Blood, which means that objective now falls to me. I control the objective up there with the Witch Elves. The center literally doesn't matter what happens there. I get 1, 2 more. I then get my battle tactic, which was attack on 2 fronts, taking 2 objectives I didn't control, one of them belonging to my opponent from the last round. I get 10 points. That takes me to 32, which is the same as what Seraphon are, and the game ends in a draw.
Thank you all for watching. We hope this battle report was enjoyable for you, and if you did enjoy it, please go check out some of our others in the playlist on the channel. If you have any questions, please drop a comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all of our future wargaming content.